Hello everyone, I'm back here again. I got another one for us, the Starseeds. I might as well say that I have started making a series, but I'm doing it because it's so serious. This is a situation that we have found ourselves in over a billion years, and it's time for us to sin. So all the gameplay is over. And what this video is going to be about is how do they steal your light? And I would suggest that you go watch the previous videos so you can be all caught up and all that type of stuff. I may give a brief synopsis of certain things, but I'm just going to dive right into this thing. When I say they, I'm referring to the parasitic beings, the galactic beings that have worked with the deities to have us in this reloop. And that's who I'm referring to when I say parasites and things like that. We are the Starseeds. We, us, not the other races. No, they are the parasites. We are the Starseeds. We are the gods and goddesses that have fallen, and we're trying to make our way home to ascension. And I'm going to read some of the stuff that they have around in their information and things like that, that you would not even know that it is referring to you. You are the light. One of the reasons the parasite attacks you, decided to bound you to this place is because they don't have any light. They don't have any light on their own. They need yours. They need yours because you are the creator source. You are the beginning. You was there when the Supreme was at the top. You was there. You are the one, the original. You, gods and goddesses, you come before all others. And when you got in this space, they took all that stuff. I cover all that stuff in the other videos too. But one of the ways that they actually was able to steal your light right up under your nose is to send you here thinking that you was here as a healer. Do not any starseed believe that. You have so much compact junk on you that you need to concentrate on yourself. You need to find a way to heal yourself before you can heal someone else. That is fact. And I'm going to go into the empath stuff too. So when you came here and you thought that you were healing, you actually agreed and signed a contract with the Galactic Board, along with the other deities, to so-called assist. But your assistance was a trick. You thought that you was healing the world. You thought that you was healing others. But what they was doing is actually leaving their baggage on you. And when they leave their baggage on you, it's hard for you to heal yourself. That's why you find more depression. That's why you find more unhappiness. That's why you find more fear. You can't get rid of this phobia. That's why you find more sadness, more sorrow. This thing goes wrong. That thing goes wrong. And the way that they're able to continue with this going wrong, that going wrong, you can't raise your vibration to the level of the monetary substance. You can't do any of that stuff. It's because when they drop their baggage on you, it actually sticks to all the types of bodies that you actually carry. It makes it as a weight where you cannot float out of this thing, where you cannot ascend. I'm talking about physical. I'm not talking about no theoretical stuff. I'm talking about facts. So when they take and put their parasitic junk on you, after they get done doing all this destructive behavior and mess up different type of spaces and dimensions of their own, they come and try to cleanse through you, the starseed. They drop their garbage on you. And when they drop their garbage on you, you start to have a literal buildup in your light. And they want it that way so they can keep you down, so you'll never ascend. So instead of you thinking that you're healing, they're actually harming you. But you're actually healing them in a certain form. They get to do all type of destructive things and then come and just throw all their garbage on you. Throw all their pain, all their sorrow. They could have did all type of heinous acts. And then they come to you and they drop it off. And you can't see through these 3D eyes every time or the amount of times that they do it. Especially when you walk through those doors that's called dreams. They're constantly dropping off stuff to you. That's why sometimes when you wake up, you're feeling like, I don't know why my mood is like this. My mood sucks. It's because they dropped off all their garbage to you. They know who you are, even if you don't. See, they get to stand in a certain space where they can actually watch you. They have their memory of what they have done to you. You don't. So when you go around thinking that you're just an empath and it's okay, it's not. That's not a great thing. And this so-called healing that you're supposed to do, you're supposed to heal yourself. You're supposed to heal yourself. But during that contract that you signed, you gave them access to drop their baggage on you. And when they drop that baggage on you, they get to hold you down and bind you to this space again and again. Because we all know about reincarnation and things like that. They get to keep on relooping you. They get to go and do all type of, like when I say destructive things that you will be appalled at. And then they get to be free from them because all they have to do is just call on this light and you come forward and they clash through your vessel and they get to cleanse through you. But it doesn't dissipate. It sticks to you and it binds you and holds you down. This is literal, you guys. This is not no figurative stuff. And I'm going to read to you some things too. That I have found searching. This is an article. Whenever you hear me say white light, it's referring to you. It's referring to you, all starseeds. This is what it says. This is what the parasite thinks. And this is how it was working. White light cannot be... wait, I got to go back. I got to go up. Okay. Let's see. White light is the space within the universe that houses positive energies. That is you, starseed. White light can be called upon by anyone. I want to pause a minute. You would not want no dirty energy running through you, especially if you knew it bound you. There is no way and no place that you would consent to come into a world with somebody leaving their gunk on you. Whether you're using the term healer or not, you would not. Remember, you are a god and goddess, not just a human. There's nothing human about you. Okay, it says, white light can be called upon by anyone for assistance, healing, and protection from negative energies or wonky vibrations. So they can just throw their junk, and they have been throwing their junk on you. All sorts of beings from all over. There are groups that have been leaving their gunk on us. So you think that you're having trials just on your own, and that's so not true. Your troubles is coming from someone else and your hardship, and they want to keep you that way. And this tells you more about yourself. It said white light cannot be used to harm anyone or anything. You are a star seed, light and love. You don't wish to harm anyone, but you will do what it takes. But you know that other outside of this has no problem. And then there's some that wears the same type of skin that we do and do some heinous acts. And I call them, they're undercover to the parasitic beings. They're only parasites wearing the same colors as us. Okay, it says calling upon the white light, making a shout out for the white light or channeling in its pure energy to wash over you is not unlike dropping to your knees and making a prayer request. You don't have to be religious. Simply be open to receive. So they don't even have to be pure to come through you. Not once you get in this plane, it's an open field. They move their energies through you, especially when you walk through that door, so-called dreams. They drop all type of baggage on you, and you're just unaware. And you think that your mood is just your mood, and you just feel like that. No, it's more than just negative energy. That energy is used to bind you, to bound you, and to keep you from ascending. Okay, the other part says, it says the light is available to all. That's the light that you need to ascend. Why would that be available to all? You know how much light was stolen and taken from us in slavery days? You know how much we need to recoup from that? Just alone. We don't have any light to give. And that should be apparent if we're still here and being relooped. We have to get all the light we can, but they're stealing it. They're taking it. And it does not belong to them. It belongs to you. And the only way you can stop them from doing that is by acknowledging who you are, which is a god and goddess. You have to wake up. There's no more room to fall asleep. Okay, and it says here, it says the light is available to all, more easily accessible if you are receptive to the healing and uplifting vibrations. Now, we both know who use those type of terms, don't they? Don't we? We know that they use those terms to make it seem like they're friends and they're allies. And they're going to assist us to ascend to this greater place. But they are the same ones that's been assisting and relooping us over and over and over. Do not believe the smiles. Okay, and it gets here. It says, negative or dirty energies can be sent to or directed towards the white light for purification and transformation. They're basically saying they can purify and transform into our light, using our light, and that's why they're able to sustain themselves in our cosmic home. It's not their home, it's ours. But every time they so-called move through our light or siphon our light, they try to merge with us. And they take more and more of our appearance, more and more. And I don't mean just by our color. We are pure etheric light, beautiful, beyond a human form. And they take those forms and it's trying to get in our doorway of our cosmic home. But once we are awakened and we know exactly their methods. I keep on saying, wake up, wake up, wake up. Once we are aware and we know their methods, we're not making it easy for them. In that spirit, which is already around us, there is a battle, a huge battle going on. And we're battling for the light. What's the light? Ours. We need that light so we can ascend. We're tired of being relooped. And they're fighting for something that's not theirs. They're fighting to keep us bound. That's what they want. They want to keep us bound, keep us here on the earth. They even go so far as saying a new earth. We don't want a new earth. We are from the cosmos, the sky. We don't want to stay on the ground. Okay, and let's see. It says you can request that the impurities you have combed out of your auric field to be sent to the white light for cleansing. That is what the parasite is telling their whole galactic team. That is what the deities that have betrayed the gods and goddesses is spreading around, to bring all their gunk and impurities to you, to cleanse through you, to bound and bind you. Let me see. It says the concept of white light transformation is very simple. Mind you, I'm going to stop right here. There was actually galactic classes. Yes. To teach them how to engage with us. To teach them how to manipulate us. To teach them how to lie to us. To teach them how to trick us. They don't just come in those other forms, just as friends, just someone that's your neighbor or someone that you just may have met. They have a mission to bound and bind you. They have literally took classes. It's deep, but it's no joke. So all these things that I'm reading is some of the things that they learned. And some of the curriculum and academic information that was brought around the galactic teams and spread out in regards to how they would interact with you, Starseed, God and Goddess. Okay, it says, I'll read that part over. The concept of white light transformation is very simple. Think of packing up all your dirty clothes and dropping it off at the dry cleaners. And they're referring to us, the Starseeds, the light. You return a few days later to pick up your clothes after they have been cleansed, pressed, and wrapped up in plastic for you. Like we're what? They're slaves and maids. They get to go do all type of heinous acts, unspeakable things, not just in all this dimension, or I said dimensions, we belong everywhere, not just in this space, but all spaces. And then they come and drop off and cleanse through us after they did all those horrible things. And then they feel renewed, but we feel like gunk. And we know that it's something because we know we're living our life in a certain way. We don't understand why I keep going this way, why I don't match the monetary value. Why do I feel like I feel in this space? Why is it so hard for me to be happy? Why is it so hard for me to reach a goal? Because all their frequency is on us. That bottom feeder frequency is on us. And they have been doing it from the beginning. For a long, long, long time. As long as we have been relooped. This is nothing new to them. What's new to them is the fact that we are ready to ascend. And we are gathering. And right now, as I speak, they're battling. And the only reason why I or you cannot see it is because they took our sight. We only see through this augmented world. Some of us get little glimpses, but no full proof. And like I stated before in another video, we are supposed to be able to see through every orifice of this space. We are supposed to be able to hear everything. We're supposed to have our full 100% knowledge and knowing, not just 10% of this temporal brain. We're supposed to see into all so-called dimensions and universes. That's our right. That's what a god and goddess is supposed to do. It's supposed to be easy for us to create and flow, but we can't create because our energy, our light is being siphoned, and someone else is creating these things, and not things that we like. And then sometimes we can look around us and it's like they'll even put the term for us, say, you manifested that, you created that. But do you know how much work they put on us for us to create some of these off-put things? They put them in commercials. They put them in different kind of conversations. They put them, even certain family members can infect us with certain thoughts. And by us being a creator, we start projecting some of these things because we match that frequency. They match our other frequency because they have our higher power light. They have stolen it. So we can't seem to manifest all the things that are greater and bigger. It's hard for us to do that. And we don't understand why the spiritual bath is not working. Why my altar is not working. Why is this not working? I keep calling on this such and such. Red alert. Calling on this such and such, and you're a god and goddess. Now, when you call, you're supposed to know. Now, your ancestors are fellow starseeds. They are the ones that's fighting that battle. But when you call on some of these other beings, you need to be aware of what's really going on and who is benefiting. You can start by noticing the money, not just around you, but just in some of these mythological stories and some of these other things. The money, the flow of the money. And where did you fit in this thing? If you didn't have no monetary value like that, then something is wrong. Then that means somebody has been siphoning it from you. And we know during slavery days, they didn't have any money. But it was a certain race. And there was other races around other people that had some money. Some way, somehow. And then I'll get a little bit into that. When Starseeds started waking up to the money, right? And they started noticing that, hey, okay, certain races have more money than others, right? And it's hard for certain races to actually get on. What they started to do in these worlds is started to pretend like it's not just us who is down and out, who don't have something, that things doesn't go right. But that's false. And I'm telling you here now, that is false. They are the ones that's coming in here and so-called experiencing. They are the ones that get to jump in and out of those bodies. So when you see them like that, that's not true. And you need to be aware of that. Your struggle is real. Your struggle, you can't jump in and out of a body. If something go wrong with you, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're going to wake up in this space or another one that's not so great. But for them, it's not true. Half of them, majority of them have not seen that struggle. They so-called experience. They're here for experience, not a reloop. But they pretend like they have, like they spent this life or spent that life and such and such. No, they haven't. We have been the only ones to reloop. Now, if it's meant for you to hear, you will hear it. If not, then it's not made for you, and you are not a star seed. You are another. Okay. So let me read the rest of this. It say whatever enters into the white light, remember you are the white light realm, comes out clean and pure. That's like in certain aliens coming through our thin paper veil and walking through our world and our film just when they don't have time to jump one of these bodies that they have on standby. When they don't have time for that and they're mingling in another space, they'll just walk through where we can't see them because they don't have an etheric form. I mean, they don't have a material matter body. Did you know sometimes they share a vessel? You could think that you're talking to one being. You're just sitting up there talking to one being. But then within like 10 minutes, it has been 3 interchangeable beings within just that one person. And the parasite can be a boss, a teacher, a neighbor. It doesn't matter. And they switch and interchange in these vessels. Yes, I'm telling it all. Okay. Now watch this. Oh my, it says this. It's not really important to know where the white light comes from or where it calls home. It's not important to who? I'm pretty sure it's important to all starseeds. No one wants to traverse and go through the things that I just listed or that I make in this video. But they say it's not important. Trust that when you desire the protection of the white light, that it will be delivered. Kind of like calling an Uber. That's what's written here. When they call, we come. And we don't consciously see that we're coming. It can be like a blink of an eye. How many of us go to sleep? Oh. How much of their gunk have they left on us just by walking through that door? And we come and bounce back here like it's normal. They are not our friends or our allies. We are enemies of the parasite. We have never been friends with them. You are a god. And you are a goddess. You stand above all else. That nothing will ever change that, starseed. Nothing. Now, they're trying to make it whereas you behave more like a human than a god and a goddess. They're trying to paint that image on you so you won't have any clue or want to go anywhere else. Because if you stay here, they get to stay there in your home, your cosmic place, and they don't have to move. Because you keep agreeing, and it's not your fault. You keep agreeing subconsciously to come back to this space or spaces like it, thinking that these earthly ground spaces is where you're supposed to be. They even got you thinking sometimes that you're some type of superhero here. But you would be a superhero here without the power. I'm a healer that can't see the way that I heal. I'm a superhero that cannot fly. I'm a savior that cannot save their self. They have us believing that none of that stuff is true. They use their contradictions against us, where we can't see all the magnificent things that we do. And guess what? Oh my God. They present themselves like they can do it. They present themselves like they can talk to this spirit, or they can do this and they can do that. That they got the gift and they got that. Where did they get it from? You. They got it from me. They didn't have anything. They are the first biters. They cannot exist without us. And that's why they fight for us to be here. They want to enslave us and to continue this routine that has been going on over 1 billion years. But we have to say no more. No more. I know that's what I'm saying. And irregardless of the spiritual threats or attacks that I receive, it does not matter. I will not keep this closed and will always keep this open. Because I need it open so I can take flight and ascend. I don't want to play any more of their games. Okay, let me see if there's anything else here that I would like to read. That's deep. The astral plane is the playground for astral travelers. They come in that form. Astral plane, if someone doesn't know, is when you, that's what they call the astral plane. But I already made a video of how the starseeds got here. Watch that and you'll see what that actually means, what they call astral plane and things like that. Don't listen to that stuff either. That's just another world just like this. It ain't fake. It says, I'll read the whole sentence over. It says the astral plane, playground of the astral travelers. This is the land of dreams and nightmares. They get all our information because we're subconscious in that space. So these so-called Akashic records, take that title off. I'm dismantling all that stuff. The Akashic records is nothing but your memory. The Akashic records is nothing but more what you were supposed to remember like the back of your hand. It wasn't supposed to be something you search for. It's supposed to be something that you automatically know, and you come in every space, including this one, with it. You don't have to search for it. But that when you go to sleep, when they're calling it the astral plane, that's where they say they accessed it. But that's not the place that they access that stuff. They access that stuff when you went in front of those galactic boards over in that area, closer to your cosmic home. They had your information for over 1 billion years. They was able to know the future because you was able to know the future. And the more that you came in these spaces, you lost your memory, but they still kept theirs. And they knew how to proceed forward with these other parasitic groups. They knew exactly what to do to keep you bound and down and asleep. Let me see. Okay, so that's all I do for us reading that stuff. And I might just sum up this video. Y'all just be aware. You are way more than what you think. And it is an attack on us. And it's been a battle longer than you can ever even imagine. This is no game. This is no joke. And if you want to leave here, you have no other choice but to get your light back and ascend. That is our only option.